They told you life slows down after 70, that it's all downhill from here, that the world gets quieter, your days get shorter, and sleep becomes a stranger. But what if they were wrong? What if this was the moment right now where your best years truly begin? Tonight, we're not just talking about sleep. We're talking about healing, reclaiming energy, restoring peace. Doctors are finally revealing the bedtime that could transform your nights and your mornings. And if you've been feeling more tired than alive lately, stay with me. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up feeling refreshed? Not just awake, but alive? Not groggy, not stiff, not dragging yourself to the kettle hoping coffee will fill in the gaps left by another restless night. You're not alone. Not by a long shot. For millions of people over 70, sleep has become a puzzle they never expected to solve. Some call it aging. Others call it stress. A few chalk it up to just the way it is. But deep down, you might feel it too, that something's off. The tossing, the turning, the long nights and early mornings that blur together into a kind of tired that no nap can fix. And it's frustrating, isn't it? You've done your time, raised families, built careers, survived heartbreaks, maybe even endured loss. You've earned rest. True rest. Not just lying in bed hoping your body finds its rhythm. You deserve better than that. Here's the thing. Doctors now know something we didn't understand before. It's not about sleeping longer, it's about sleeping smarter. And the time you go to bed may be the secret key that unlocks the quality rest your body's been begging for. Tonight, we'll go deep into science, into habit, into healing. And by the end of this video, you'll walk away with a clear, proven bedtime crafted specifically for seniors over 70 that's not only ideal, it just might change your life. Did you ever wonder why sleep just feels different now? Not worse, necessarily. Just different. Like your body's on a schedule you never signed up for. You go to bed tired, but your eyes stay open. Or you fall asleep quickly, only to wake up 2, 3, even 4 times before morning. And no matter how long you're in bed, it never quite feels like enough. There's a reason for that. Actually, there are a few. Let's start with the one you can't see but feel every single night, your circadian rhythm. It's your internal clock, the thing that tells your body when to rise and when to rest. And after 70, that clock doesn't just tick differently, it shifts. It gets earlier. The rhythm that once synced perfectly with the sun starts to drift. Suddenly, you're sleepy before the news is over and wide awake at 4:30 in the morning wondering if anyone else in the world is up too. That shift isn't a flaw. It's biology. But that doesn't make it any less frustrating. And then there's melatonin. You've probably heard of it. It's that natural hormone that helps you fall asleep. Your brain used to produce it like clockwork, flooding your system as the day faded. But with age, production slows drastically. By the time you're in your 70s, your body might be making just a fraction of what it used to. And less melatonin means longer nights, lighter sleep, and mornings that come too soon. Doctors see this all the time. I spoke with Dr. Harris, a sleep specialist who works with seniors every day. He told me people come in thinking they're broken. But they're not. Their bodies are just adapting. The problem is we don't often teach people how to adapt with them. That's where the trouble begins. Because if you don't understand these changes, you might blame yourself. You might lie in bed for hours staring at the ceiling, wondering why you can't do something as simple as sleep. But you can. You just have to approach it differently. And it's not just about how you feel at night. Let's talk about what poor sleep really does over time, because the effects are bigger than grogginess. You see, sleep isn't just about rest. It's when your body repairs. When your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, your brain detoxes. Without deep, uninterrupted sleep, that maintenance doesn't happen the way it should. One study found that seniors who consistently slept poorly had a 34% higher risk of memory decline. 34%. That's not a small number. Another linked chronic insomnia with elevated risks of heart disease, depression, and even type 2 diabetes. But beyond the studies, let's talk about real life. I want you to meet Robert. He's 76, former school principal, widower. He thought fatigue was just a part of getting older. But over time, he stopped gardening. Stopped walking to the coffee shop he loved. One day, he told his daughter he just didn't feel like himself anymore. She thought he was depressed. His doctor ran tests and everything looked fine. But then a sleep study revealed he was waking up over 20 times a night, micro-awakenings he didn't even remember. He wasn't sick. He was exhausted. Then there's Maria. 72. Fiery. Funny. Full of life until she wasn't. Her mood started changing. She got irritable, forgetful, anxious. She thought it was early dementia. But her neurologist asked a different question: how are you sleeping? Turned out she was going to bed at midnight, waking at 6, and fighting her body's natural rhythm every single night. She changed her routine, shifted her bedtime to 9:15, and within weeks, her clarity returned. Her daughter says, "It's like I got my mother back." These aren't rare cases. They're common. Too common. But they show us something powerful. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's a lifeline. And when it's broken, everything else starts to crack. So if you've been blaming age, stop. If you've been blaming yourself, please don't. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're human. And your body, like every part of your life, is evolving. That means you don't have to settle for restless nights. You can make changes. You can feel good again. And it all starts with a simple shift in what time you close your eyes. Now let's talk about that bedtime. It might sound simple, just go to bed earlier. But as with most things in life, timing is everything. And when it comes to sleep, the right bedtime can make all the difference. So here it is, plain and clear. Doctors recommend that seniors over 70 aim to fall asleep between 8:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Not 10. Not midnight. That narrow window, 8:30 to 9:30, is what sleep specialists call the golden hour for aging bodies. Why? Because your circadian rhythm, which shifts earlier with age, is naturally primed to begin slowing down long before the late-night news. If you push past that window, you risk missing your body's natural signal to rest. You may still fall asleep eventually, but your sleep will likely be lighter, shorter, and more fragmented. And that leads to all the things we talked about: fatigue, brain fog, even health risks that pile up over time. Dr. Simone Sean, a leading geriatric sleep expert, put it this way: think of your body like a train station. Sleep trains arrive on a tight schedule. If you miss the one between 8:30 and 9:30, the next one might not get you to your destination as smoothly or at all. Lab studies back this up. In one clinical trial, seniors who consistently went to bed by 9 p.m. showed a 22% improvement in deep sleep duration and a 30% reduction in nighttime awakenings compared to those who stayed up past 11. And the difference wasn't subtle. They reported feeling more rested, more alert, and more emotionally stable throughout the day. Brain scans showed something else, too. Those who followed an earlier bedtime had stronger connectivity in areas linked to memory and emotional regulation. That's not just science, it's hope. Real, measurable proof that timing can help restore clarity and calm. But knowing when to go to bed isn't enough. You've got to prepare for it. Your body needs signals. Gentle cues that it's time to let go, slow down, and welcome sleep. That's where a healthy night routine comes in. Let's build one together. First things first, start winding down an hour before bed. So if you're aiming for 9 p.m., begin your routine at 8 o'clock. That doesn't mean sitting in the dark. It means creating a calm environment. Step 1. Draw a warm bath. Not hot, just warm enough to relax tense muscles and bring your body temperature to a level that helps melatonin release naturally. Then, light stretching. Think gentle neck rolls, seated forward bends, or leg stretches on your bed. Nothing that elevates your heart rate. Just enough to tell your nervous system it's safe to relax. You might want to sip a cup of herbal tea, chamomile, lemon balm, or passion flower. Avoid caffeine, even green tea, after 2 p.m. These herbs aren't magic, but they offer subtle support. Think of them as sleep's friendly doormen, easing your passage into rest. Now let's talk about lighting. By 7:30 p.m., turn off overheads. Use table lamps, warm light bulbs, nothing blue or fluorescent. Blue light disrupts melatonin and it's everywhere in phones, tablets, TVs. Try this. Put your phone in another room. Or if you must keep it near, use night mode or blue light filters. Even better, no screens at all after 8 o'clock. Instead, open a book. Listen to soft instrumental music. or write in a journal. Something to clear your thoughts so they don't chase you into sleep. Temperature matters too. Your bedroom should be cool around 65 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. That slight drop tells your body it's time to rest. Make sure your bedding is comfortable but not too heavy. Layering helps you adjust without fully waking. Sound plays a role as well. If you live near noise, consider a white noise machine or even a fan. Silence is not always the answer. For some, soft background sound actually reduces midnight wake-ups. Let me walk you through a real-life example. Meet Evelyn. She's 78, lives alone, and used to stay up watching reruns until 11 or later. She often woke up at 2 o'clock or 3 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep. Her doctor recommended she try this routine. At 7:45 p.m., she dims the lights and puts on her favorite classical playlist. By 8 o'clock, she's brewing chamomile tea and stepping into a warm bath. 8:20, she does 10 minutes of stretching and writes a short journal entry. 8:40, she gets into bed, turns on a white noise machine, and opens a novel. At 9:00, she turns off the light, and by 9:15, she's usually asleep. Within 3 weeks, she was waking up fewer times per night, felt less anxious during the day, and even said she was laughing more, because her mind wasn't fogged by exhaustion. You see, the bedtime itself matters, but so does the path that leads you there. Set it with intention, and protect it like you would any sacred ritual. Because it's yours, and you deserve every peaceful minute of it. Let's talk about something we all love: food. But here's the thing, what you eat, especially in the evening, can either help you fall asleep peacefully or keep you staring at the ceiling, wide awake. Yes, your dinner plate could be the reason your nights feel long and restless. So here's a question: have you ever had trouble sleeping and thought back to what you ate? Maybe a late cup of coffee? A sweet dessert after dinner? Even a glass of wine that was supposed to help you relax? Let's clear the air. Caffeine, even if it's in a cup of tea or a tiny piece of chocolate, stays in your system for hours. For some people, drinking coffee at noon can still affect sleep at 10 p.m. Your body doesn't break it down as quickly as it used to. Same with sugar, especially refined sugar in cakes, cookies, or even processed sauces. It spikes your blood sugar, then crashes it, often around the time you're trying to drift off. And alcohol, though it feels like it makes you drowsy, actually disrupts your sleep cycle. You might fall asleep fast, but you'll likely wake up in the middle of the night, restless and dry-mouthed. It interferes with REM sleep, the stage your brain needs to truly restore itself. Now let's flip that. What should you eat in the evening? Try something light and balanced about an hour or so before bed. A small banana with almond butter. A few whole grain crackers with turkey slices. A warm cup of golden milk. That's milk with turmeric, a touch of honey, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. These foods offer magnesium, tryptophan, and complex carbs that gently nudge your body toward relaxation. One expert, a senior nutritionist named Karen Bloom, explains it perfectly: it's not about eating less at night. It's about eating smart. You want to help your body wind down, not rev it up. And here's a fun fact: your digestion slows at night. So heavy meals close to bedtime? They don't just weigh down your stomach. They can cause acid reflux, bloating, and even nightmares. Really, poor digestion can stir up brain activity in ways you wouldn't expect. So tonight, when you're planning dinner or reaching for a late-night snack, ask yourself, is this helping my sleep or working against it? A simple change in what you eat and when could be the key to waking up refreshed. Now, let's shift the conversation. How are you moving your body during the day? Don't worry, I'm not about to tell you to run a marathon. But moderate physical activity, just a little bit every day, can work wonders for your sleep. Walking, yoga, tai chi, even gardening or dancing in the living room. The key is movement. When you move your body, you help burn off excess energy and reduce the stress hormones that keep you up at night. You also build up what's called sleep pressure, a fancy term for your body's natural need to rest after activity. And timing matters. Morning or early afternoon is the sweet spot. If you work out too close to bedtime, your core temperature stays high and your heart rate can take hours to settle. That's not helpful when you're trying to unwind. Now imagine this. It's 7 p.m. The sun's going down and you take a 20-minute stroll around your neighborhood. The air is cooler, the sky is soft. You come back, stretch your arms to the ceiling, roll your shoulders a few times and feel a little more open, a little more peaceful. This is what gentle movement can do. It's not just for your heart or muscles. It's for your mind. Would you like to try something right now? All right, stand up if you're able. Take a deep breath in and stretch your arms up high. Reach toward the ceiling, then gently let them fall. Now roll your shoulders backward. Nice and slow. Take your time. Let's roll them forward now. Feel that tension melt a little? Now bring your chin to your chest and just breathe. 2 slow breaths in, 2 out. This is the kind of movement you can do right before bed. No equipment. No pressure. Just presence. Let's be honest, sometimes it's not the room, the food, or even the body that keeps us awake. It's the mind. The quiet of night can be loud in a different way. When the world slows down, our thoughts often speed up. Have you ever laid there, the lights off, but your brain on full alert? Maybe you're replaying something someone said to you years ago, or worrying about a doctor's appointment. Maybe it's loneliness creeping in, the absence of a partner beside you, the stillness that used to feel comforting now feeling empty. You're not alone. Many seniors experience increased anxiety and restlessness at night, not because they're weak, but because the silence gives space to old emotions. Thoughts echo louder in the dark. And when your mind is busy, your body doesn't know it's time to rest. So what do? We retrain the mind. Gently. No force. No pressure. Let me walk you through something. Right now, wherever you are, sit comfortably. Let your hands rest on your lap. Close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Now breathe in, through your nose, slow. Hold it gently, and release, like you're blowing through a straw. Again, in 1, 2, 3, hold, and out, 2, 3. Now think of one thing that brought you peace today. Can be small, the warmth of a cup of tea, a kind smile from a stranger. That memory of sunlight through your curtains this morning. Hold the moment in your mind as you continue to breathe, in and out. This is a simple grounding exercise. You can do it anytime, in bed, in a chair, even standing at the sink. And if you're open to it, guided meditations can help. Many therapists now lead nighttime audio sessions made especially for older adults. You don't have to chant or be spiritual, just be present. Listen, let go, even if just for a few minutes. It's enough. Sandra tried this. She's 74 now. For over 30 years, she struggled with sleep. She said she felt like her mind was a hallway with all the lights on and no doors to shut. But one evening, she decided to stop fighting. She turned off the TV, sat beside her bed, and listened to a 5-minute breathing meditation. She cried the first time, not because she was sad, but because she felt seen, heard, cared for. 2 months later, she's in bed by 9, wakes up at 6. She tends to her garden again. She says, I didn't think I had it in me to start again, but sleep, real sleep, gave me that power. Then there's Malcolm, 78. He was a retired postal worker who used to stay up all night watching old westerns. Not because he loved them, but because he was afraid of the dark, metaphorically. When his wife passed, the nights felt unbearable. But with some help, he began a new routine. Brushed his teeth at the same time. Dimmed the lights. Called a friend before bed. He now sleeps 7 hours a night. And he's writing poetry again. And Anita. Oh, Anita. She's 81. She used to joke that she only needed naps like a cat. But deep down, she missed dreaming. She missed waking up feeling alive. She changed one thing, her mindset. She said, I stopped telling myself I was too old to change. That's when everything changed. This is the heart of it all. Not just science, not just routines, but belief. Belief that rest is not a reward, it's a right. That healing can begin with something as simple as surrendering to the night. You're not too old to find peace. And you are certainly not alone. In a moment, we'll step into your bedroom together and explore how your environment can either cradle or disturb your sleep. But for now, just breathe. You've come this far. Let's keep going. Me ask you something. Have you found a bedtime that truly works for you? One that leaves you waking up not just rested, but renewed? Maybe it's 9. 15 after a warm bath and a cup of chamomile. Maybe it's 8:45, right after you finish that last chapter in your book. Or maybe you're still figuring it out. And that's okay. Share it in the comments. Really, your story could be the exact thing someone else needs to hear tonight. We're building something here. A place for late bloomers. A quiet corner of the internet where wisdom is passed down, not forgotten. Where second chances aren't rare, they're expected. And if this video gave you even one small idea to help you sleep better, if it reminded you that your health still matters, that your nights can still feel peaceful, then like this video. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And please share it with a friend, parent, someone who deserves better nights and brighter mornings.